So you know now, 2.1 is all about using a calculator, and then 2.2 is without the use of a calculator. So normally when you see without the use of a calculator, you see the special angles, you must use your triangles. So start now. It's 12 marks, 6 minutes. So basically now we're going to start now 2.1. So this is all about typing in your calculator. So when you type in your calculator, you must always first make sure that your calculator is in degrees. So how do you know if your calculator is in degrees? When you go to your calculator, on top it says D. Right? If it's not D and it says R, then you need to reset your calculator, so it'll come back to degrees. Okay? R is when you go to university, then you use radians. They call them radians. Okay? Instead of degrees. Now, when you type this in your calculator, you're going to say 3 sine 138,7, and you're going to get 1,980. It says to 3 decimal spaces, so we must show the 3 decimal spaces, right? Then sec 50, that's the one people get confused with. Sec is the opposite of cos. So it means 1 divided by cos 50. So when I type in my calculator, I'm going to type like this. I'm going to say 1 divided by, open bracket, cos 50, close, and I'm going to equal it. I'm going to get 1.556. Right, you must remember to round off correctly. If you don't round off correctly, they minus 1 mark for that. Right, so 1,556. Then this one here, when you type in your calculator, you must make sure that when you are doing the tan squared, you must say 4 open brackets, or you can say 4 tan. Oh yeah, you must have your open brackets. Tan 288,2, close it, and then you put the square on the outside. You can't put the square on the tan because your answer won't come out right, okay? And when you do the whole thing, type in your calculator, your final answer is going to be 107,402. Right? Then 2.2. Now 2.2 is where you need to show all working out. So we need more space for writing that, okay? So 2.2.1. 2.2.1. Can you all see? Right, 2.2.1. It says here cos 30 degrees plus tan 60 degrees. So cos 30 degrees, you must remember now, you need to draw your 2 triangles. So I'm going to draw them quickly. How do you draw your 2 triangles? One, you must always make an equilateral triangle with 2 on either side. You're going to make a perpendicular in the middle, and then it gets split into 1 and 1. This becomes square root 3. This is 60. That is 30. Now it says from 30 degrees. What is cos? So it's A over H. So A is square root 3 over 2 plus tan 60. So tan is O over A. So what is O? O is square root 3 over A, which is 1. Now, what must I do here? I need to make both of them the same denominator. So I times this by 2 and I times that by 2. So square root 3 over 2 plus 2 square root 3 over 2. Now, because I have both of them the same, I just say 1 plus. Now, remember I told you square root 3 and square root 3 means like x's. So both of them are exactly the same. So I can say 1 plus 2 is 3 square root 3, and I can't simplify further, so my final answer is this. That's how you get 3 marks. You get 3 marks, 1 mark for square root 3 over 2, 1 mark for square root 3, and 1 mark for your final answer, which is that. Yeah.
Oh, no, never mind.
This is grade 10 work. It's grade 10 work. Right.
If you're only 2, could you cancel them out?
Yeah. When I sent the message. Right, 2.2.2. Let's go to 2.2.2. Right, keep quiet now, Nawaz. Sine 45 over cos 45 minus 5 cosec 90 degrees plus 3 tan squared 30 degrees. Right, so what we're going to do first, we're going to go and draw our 45-degree triangle. So it's 1 and 1 because both of them are the same, and this is square root 2. Right, this is 90, that is 45, that is 45. So I can use it from both ways, I still get the same answer. So sine 45 is from 45 is O over H, which is 1 over square root 2 over 1. Now ka is A over H, so 1 over square root 2 minus 5.
Cos 45.
Yeah, so cos is the same thing. Right. Cosec is what?
1 over cos.
It's sine, isn't it? It's 1 over sine 90 degrees plus 3.
Near 5.
Huh? Yeah, there's a 5 here. There's a 5 here. It's on the side, it's been multiplied. Right. 3 times tan, yeah, because the door is open, we can't see it properly. 3 times tan squared, 30, so it's going to be tan 30. So I'm going to say, people will still come, just don't worry. So tan 30 is going to be from that one there, so it's O over A. So it's going to be 1 over square root 3 all squared. Alright, we're using a triangle above. Then we're going to go and simplify further. This cancels out with this, I'm going to left with 1. Sine 90 degrees. Now, how do we do the 90 degree one? We need to draw our circle. Remember our circle?
Yeah.
Right, so what is happening in our circle? It's all at 2. So here it's 2 and 0. Here it's 0 and 2. Here it's negative 2 and 0. And here it's 0 and minus 0 and minus 2, yeah, that's right. Okay, now we said 90 degrees. So where's 90? 90 is on this one here. So we say minus 5, 1 over, what is sine 90? Sine 90 is O over H. And what is O? My what value?
No.
What
The X
letter?
value.
No.
Y, sorry.
O is my Y value. H is my R value. So what is my Y value here?
0.
No. Y value. Y value. 2. What is my R value? 2, because it's always a positive 2. Plus 3. Now what happens when you square this? 1 squared, and this becomes 3. Now we can simplify further. 1 minus this becomes 1 over 1. 1 over 1 times 5 is just 5. These two things get cancelled out, so I'm left with plus 1. And then my final answer is equal to not negative 5. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 minus 5 is minus 3. Right, now to check your answer, you need to go type that in your calculator. If you type it in your calculator, you would have gotten the exact same thing. This is